All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai Bashem, Wakar Kadash, and Heavenly Father, the true name is Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, Bahashem, in the name of Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. Those are the true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, Blashkonash, the Holy Tongue. And I say Barak them to the elders and apostles, wa Akim, Akwaf, and I say Shalom. And this is a sit down lesson of the Famine of the Word update as of April the 26th, 2026 on this Sunday afternoon. And we seen that incident took place over there in Washington, and that's had major questioning as to was that what was that a setup? It was like a paid actor to do that. That guy Cole. Was that 31-year-old from Terrace, California. And then you had what's the name's wife at the place there. She was saying that shots about to be fired that night, and then next thing you know, it seemed like it was a kind of setup. Hey, so keep that in mind as well too. So because we're not ignorant of Satan devices, and that had me thinking. I was like, it makes perfect sense because as we're starting to see, more and more, especially with this AI technology, and then more and more of this great persecution is going to be happening to the servants and prophets of Yahweh Shemai Shai, the elders and apostles were Akim. As we start to see knowledge start to increase, as we start to see the knowledge and the gospel of the kingdom is being preached unto all the wolf way witness, like it says in the book of Matthew, 24th chapter, that had me thinking, now that Esau labeling, the Israelite man's, the northern kingdom, the southern kingdom, that's part of the 12 tribes of Israel, preaching the word of the Holy Scriptures, out on the highways and hedges, or, when they do sit down lessons, and prophesying as well, too. Because Esau are going to put more and more persecution on his brother Jacob. Just like what that story over there in Washington, D.C., that might have been the kind of setup, and that had a way that dude looked like he might have been a mixed race. He kind of looked like a Judite, the tribe of Judah, because scripture says Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt. And especially like the word is being brought out more and more and more. And while Esau, Edom is being exposed, we're not ignorant about Satan devices no more. And so Esau is going to do whatever it takes to persecute his brother Jacob, especially going to look at him as the worst thing on the planet Earth. He's going to persecute him because of the sons of Jacob in modern day times standing great boldness, prophesying against Esau and his modern day empire and his kingdom, as the knowledge starts to increase. Because the Apostle John says, "Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." Because that had me thinking. It was like once that incident took place yesterday, they had a picture of that Judite Israelite man, because they're gonna persecute him more and more, especially Esau, Edom, come down with great wrath on his brother Jacob. And then, like, the more the truth come out, the more, Israelites on the highways and hedges, wherever that we are scattered at, the elders and apostles were Akim, teaching the word of the Holy Scriptures, because Esau are going to label him as a domestic T word. They're going to put more and more of these AI videos persecuting his brother Jacob, Esau, Edom. And that shows you that that's a sign right there. We're seeing more and more of the famine of the word is about to be instituted, and we starting to see that increasing. And that's what inspired me to do this lesson about we're seeing more and more this great persecution increasing, because Esau going to sign these bills into law, trying to demonize his brother Jacob, trying to ban the Holy Scriptures, trying to ban the Israelites from going out there teaching on the highways and hedges. That's why especially with these AI videos, trying to demonize his brother Jacob, with these AI videos. And then a lot of times the AI videos might not be real, which we've seen that previously, for the past couple of years, and as recently with the elders, the elders and apostles been speaking about that for quite a long time, and still right now, especially with this AI technology, because, you be thinking like you be thinking stuff that's real, because you be thinking of something real, like if it'd be like a story about an Israelite, they be thinking it might be true, which is not, because Esau are going to push that narrative of pushing more and more of persecution against his brother Jacob, especially when these bills that's about to come into law potentially, this year or next year. If you speak anything about anti of this country, or you speak anything about opposing the ways of Esau's empire, hey, best believe he's gonna sign these legislation bills. It's gonna come down with great wrath on his brother Jacob, and we starting to see that increasing more and more and more. Because Scripture says Jacob is gonna be a terror unto Egypt. Because America resembles modern day spiritual Egypt, as the servants and prophets are prophesying against Esau, Edom, and his modern day empire, which is Hebrew version out of Babylon, and modern day spiritual Egypt. He's really going to come down on his great. He's really going to come down with great wrath on his brother Jacob. Especially Israelite man speak about Esau's current empire, because he's ruling another version out of Babylon. And if you anti the ways of the version out of Babylon, hey, best believe Esau gonna deem you as a domestic T word. Try to flag your channel, trying to suspend your channel, which you've been doing it for a long time. That ain't nothing new. But the scripture says there's no new thing under the sun. Hey, just like the prophets of old, just like there was persecuted, just for bringing out the truth for Yahweh Bashim Shah. That's what's gonna be occurring more and more in these times, especially with this AI technology stuff. And then Esau signed these legislation bills. So that's kind of expired. I had to do that video with that incident took place yesterday. Because it seemed like it was kind of set up. Hey, so that shows they're gonna label the Israelite man as the domestic T word. They're gonna label him as the T word of the country. They're gonna make him enemy of the state. And just like that movie with Will Smith back then. I mean, even though it's a long time ago, but that's just a prime example. They're gonna make the Israelite man as an enemy of the state once again. Just like it happened before, now it's gonna happen once again. Especially with this AI technology and stuff. And Esau signed these bills into law. Because we're not ignorant of Satan devices. So that incident happened yesterday, and that might be that might be what you call an order out of KO. Because we're not ignorant of Satan devices. Because Esau gonna use scenarios like that more and more and more now that the word is being brought out. And as we're getting closer to this famine of the word, so he's gonna use these AI videos. He's gonna be using great persecution towards his brother Jacob, because he had a short time to rule. So this was just a quick sit down lesson that I wanted to bring out. I was like, this was kind of expiring video after we seen that video yesterday, what took place over there in DC. might have been a false narrative, because we're not ignorant of Satan devices. Because Esau created that narrative, that order to KO, and then he trying to blame everything on Jake, Israelite man. So that lets you know in the book of Revelations, 12 verse 9, Esau gonna be signing more and more of these executive orders, and he's gonna be using more and more. He's gonna be putting out more and more of these AI videos, trying to demonize his brother Jacob. So that's an indicator we're getting closer to the famine of the word. This is Revelation chapter 12 verse 9. It says, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent that called the deceiver and Satan, which deceived the whole world. It says, and he was cast out into the earth, and the angels was cast out with him. This is Revelation 12 verse 10. It says, and I heard a loud voice saying and I heard a loud voice and saying, even now comes salvation and strength, and the kingdom of our power Yahweh, and the power of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. For the accusers of thy brethren is cast down, which accused them before Yahweh day and night. Right, so that's Esau gonna be doing that to his brother Jacob, using these AI videos, because technology advanced with these AI videos, false accusing his brother Jacob with misinformation. These legislation bills that he's gonna sign into order. Hey, so that was just a prime example yesterday. They're gonna use these AI videos, thinking it's real, and then they're gonna persecute Jacob as being the worst thing on the planet Earth, as being enemy number one, enemy of the state. So that shows that we're getting closer, more and more to this famine word. Because Esau going to heat it up, because he running out of ideas, because he having a short time to rule. That's why he's coming down with great wrath on his brother Jacob, accused of thy brother, and especially him signing these executive orders. As if you speak anything about those small hatters, you speak anything about Esau, Edom, if you speak anything about anti of the country, the country and the current empire, which is ruled by Esau Edom, hey, best believe he's gonna look at you as a domestic T word. He gonna try to cancel you. What's that years back with that cancel culture stuff? Hey, Esau gonna try to cancel his brother Jacob. Now, so more than ever, as we're getting closer, more of the famine of the word being instituted. And this is the book of Revelations. Yeah, it's the book of Revelation, chapter 8, verse 11. It says, Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh Bashem Shai, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor thirst of water, but the hearing of the words of Yahweh. Right, so it's going to be a famine of the word, because the word is not going to be available more, because Esau signed these executive order bills, trying to stop the Holy Scriptures from coming out. When the Israelites out there teaching on the highways and had sheep as concourse, because Esau going to label his brother Jacob as a domestic T word. It says, Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that I will send a famine in your land, not a famine of bread, nor thirst of water, but the hearing of the words of Yahweh. Amos chapter 8, verse 12. And they shall run from sea to sea, from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro, try to seek the words, Yahweh shall not find it. Right, men are going to run to and fro, try to seek the words, Yahweh shall not find it. Amos chapter 80, verse 13. In that day shall fair virgin young man fear for thirst. Right, so in that day is going to be a fair virgin young man fear for thirst. So with that, hopefully this sit down, that's what's edifying of the famine of the word update as of April the 26th, 2026 on this Sunday afternoon. So with that, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Makakadash, Barakathum, to the elders and apostles, Ba'akim, Aqua. Until the next time, I would say, Kwame Asherala, and above all, Shalom.